lovely scenic drive, we made it to Mount Isa in North West Queensland. We checked into our caravan park, relaxed for the afternoon, before looking for wildlife once dark. Just like previous nights, children's pythons are always quick to show up just after sunset. Because I'm a massive fan of strophs, I was pretty excited to see this northern striped phasmid. These tiny geckos are at home among the spiky spinifex. They proved to be a common find, and their size really shocked me.
First night in Mount Isa, and we were just flipping a couple rocks. Well, Tom got the got a small Varanus ocreatus or Western Stalls monitor. How beautiful was that thing? Absolutely stunning. We'll let him go.
Having missed out on this python species the night before, we were all ecstatic to see this olive python. This young individual was sure a battler, with some heavy scarring along its body. These pythons like to forage around water sources, and have been photographed at this spot eating freshwater crocodiles. Pretty amazing. As we were by the water's edge, eye shining for crocs, we were lucky enough to see this little guy cruising along the boat ramp. Crazy to think he would grow up to be one of Australia's largest snakes. Very similar to red-naped snakes, orange-naped snakes are basically the northern version. They cruise around at night, trying to find some unaware and sleepy skinks to prey upon. The next morning, we went back to the spot we were herping the night before. We did end up seeing a couple glimpses of some LAKEYs, although they were too quick to get any decent footage of.
Just got another Ocreatus Western Stores monitor. This is so cool. This would be an adult. This would be as big as they'll get. Very small lizard. So cool.
Western Stores monitors are one of the smallest species of varanid in the world. It's crazy to think this small lizard is in the same family as the Komodo dragon. Horner's dragons are a strikingly patterned dragon that can be seen perched upon anything off the ground, or even basking on a road. These group of lizards are commonly referred to by locals as the Tartar lizard, as they are always spotted head bobbing and arm waving. These lizards are also sexually dimorphic, with the males being larger and darker than the females, as you can see with this adult female shown here.
We got freshwater crocodiles in there. We saw a couple last night, but they were all too deep in the water. Just had the torches on them, eye shining them for a bit. But yeah, there was a couple of pools we were checking out, but they were dried up. Here, Niza. Just gonna all get
Why
in.
is there London on there?
You!
Off to Glebos tonight.
Oh yeah.
Seriously?
We were pretty amped to get back out of civilization and go in search of some new species, one of which had all of us very eager to get herping. After finding some favourable habitat, we decided to set up camp. This would be our home for the next 2 nights. Sitting in a shrub right next to our camp was this adult central bearded dragon. It was not phased at all and allowed me to get very close to him. We waited for the sun and temperatures to drop a little before heading out to find some lizards. It didn't take long to find this adult black-palmed rock monitor. In all the excitement, we totally forgot to get some footage of this incredible lizard. These monitors have been known to hunt geckos just after dark, which is where they get their other name, the twilight monitor. These Hosmer skinks were super interesting to find, and the young ones would constantly be out on the warm rocks just after dark. This is a behaviour I see with my captive Cunningham skinks back at home. It would be interesting to know if other Agonia species display similar behaviours.
Sense in following others' roads to destinations where nobody knows.
It's got a little children's python. Some of these rocks, so awesome. And patting. So cool.
In your waking day, no one can take your dreams away. Lies within your own mind and the control. So now see yourself as one with all and always be it what you know. So take time to arrange the possibilities and obey. But one door closes, another one opens. So there ain't no shame in knowing how to play your game. Where one door closes, another one opens. Take a breath, realize it's all a dream. Through your eyes, take your stand through your day.
The next morning, we all got up early to see if we can spot some basking lizards.
In your waking day. No one can take your dreams away. You see it in your waking day. No one can take your dreams away.
By far, the most common lizard were these Hosmer skinks. Like the other Agonia species, they like to live in family groups, and in nearly every outcrop, there would be 2 adults and a few babies. We all quickly fell in love with this awesome species.
One door closes, another one opens. You see it in your waking day. No one can take your dreams away. You see it in your waking day. No one can take your dreams away.
These Slater's ringtails were still as fun as ever to watch, as they bounced around from rock to rock. It was insane to see how bold these little lizards are. This granulated 2-line dragon was a beautifully patterned lizard that had these nice brown saddles that ran in between its distinct 2 cream-coloured lines along its back. In a flash, this large top-end storm started to roll through. Most of us decided to hide under the shelter so we didn't get wet. While others had other ideas. With the storm past and the sun setting, a group of us decided to go check out a large rocky outcrop. Not much was found other than this orange nape snake, and a young children's python wedging itself into this vertical crevice. The next morning, we packed up camp in the miserable weather to start heading back south. stopped to check out some large caves we had spotted in hopes to find a parenti. No large lizard in sight, although the view from these giant jump ups was breathtaking.
Just found this beautiful ackee. Look how bright yellow it is. Just basking on this rock. Wow. Look at the country we're in. Incredible.
Having seen many ackies in captivity, this lizard is by far the prettiest we had all seen. Nature really does it best. After making it to the small town of Boulia, we went for a quick cruise. The only animal found was this eastern hooded scalyfoot. We decided to call it early to look for some reptiles early the next morning.
Thanks guys for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe and follow our Instagrams down below.